Hey, good morning. Welcome to the second episode of the Future of the Work, Modern Work. And here we are going live from the MGM Conference Center in Vegas. We are attending the Microsoft Azure AI conference. So Joel is with me. So Joel, continuing the previous conversation where we left, we were discussing about like the future of modern work and how technology is disrupting. I think today our focus is going to be like what are some of the technological changes that have happened and in what way it could influence the modern workplace, right? So
That's right.
let's start with that.
Sure.
So
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining in. As Hari mentioned, in the last session, what we focused was on the shift in trends affecting the modern workplace. And workplace is getting more composable, connected, and cognitive. And the focus for executives or priorities for executives on the core capability areas. So today, Hari mentioned, we will focus more on what is the shift from technology landscape affecting the workplace. Very specifically, when you were to look at automation, and if you look at the automation landscape, especially for the last decade, I feel the RPA wave, which is the robotic process automation wave, that initially that made a big wave in the last decade, more by automating user clicks,
right,
or
tasks
yeah,
basically.
task automation, rule based, workflow oriented. That was the first wave,
Right,
and then a wave which basically ran on top of that by integrating maybe advanced capabilities like natural language processing, bringing or unlocking data from unstructured content and bringing into this process automation.
mhm,
You can call that an enhanced automation.
yeah,
But when you look at these two waves um, with a more traditional approach,
yeah,
um, we see that the traditional approach is running into some roadblocks, especially with respect to scalability. And when you go beyond the low hanging fruits, which initially gave a lot of momentum, when you move into the high value use case, those value derivations started becoming difficult. This is where we believe there's a shift from this traditional approach happening, which is the next wave. We believe that is more driven by the intelligent automation.
right,
Now, that is where I think automation is getting redefined. Automation to serve predictions, getting insights from data, automation to optimize digital interactions one step ahead, making intelligent interactions across the enterprise, automating the automation,
yes,
which is to remove the manual effort involved in bringing the automation. These are all now part of the intelligent automation as the next wave, which
uh,
we believe is sorry to interrupt you, the next wave, which is going to be a combinatory power of the AI analytics, automation, and apps, and the opportunity for organizations to integrate AI with smart process redesign, to integrate that with human operations to enable the automated outcomes,
right.
right?
So, and also like from the business perspective, right? So, when you were mentioning about the automation 1.0, where RPA started, then the automation 2.0 with NLP and all those things. So, what probably what we have learned from the enterprises is that, like, while it did provide marginal benefits, right, over a period of time, there was a diminishing value of return for these implementations, right? And also, like, many of the enterprises today have got logged into getting into an RPA platform, have spent a lot of money in the platform
Yeah.
licensing, but they are not able to kind of translate that into a valuable business use case, or they are not able to kind of see the return, right? And that's where we are talking about the automation 3.0, and you speaking about automating the automation
Yeah.
piece, right? So
Yeah.
because though automation 2.0 provided a lot of this NLP kind of benefits. Also, it did not completely remove the management of these bots, or like overseeing how these operations are run, or kind of handling the exceptions, right? So there's a lot of friction that is there in the automation 2.0 story also, and that is what probably we are trying to kind of address in the automation.
You're right, and I don't think it's going to be completely those platforms are going to be replaced. But the idea is there will be now an opportunity for executive to look at multiple options, bringing in multiple options to enable an AI powered automation. That is, like Hari mentioned, there is an opportunity that we have seen in bringing a platform license, bringing a consulting firm to do the implementation, enable the hosting of that, managing the infrastructure, and the monitoring and the ongoing maintenance of automation processes that is involved. Obviously, for a mid-market, small, medium business, that's too heavy to manage.
Right.
And the opportunity there to look at alternative options like an as a service option, or go for an outcome-based approach with competent vendors, specialized vendors, like specialized solution providers who can support. I think these options will keep coming up in this wave. But at the same time, the learnings of the yesteryear's traditional approaches, especially when you look at process automation as is automation versus redefining, like the smart process redesign, is definitely a key area to look into. Now that we are kind of augmenting the workforce, not just to enable the transaction to be accelerated or making things faster, we are also now looking at how organizations are looking at making decisions at scale
Yeah.
and enabling that decision making, augmenting the decision making with the power of AI enabled automation. So, to your point, yes, these are opportunities and also options that will be available now for re-looking at how a new automation strategy in the coming year and in the coming wave can benefit.
So probably today's takeaway
Yeah,
is like to kind of for the business owners to kind of rethink their automation strategy,
that's right.
right? Revisit like whatever they have been doing, because there are new ways of doing automation that are evolving fast. And probably today when we launch our own offering, digital clerks, people can get a sneak peek into what this new automation 3.0 looks like, right? And we can cover some of those aspects in detail in the upcoming episodes.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to the formal launch of Digital Worker today. Hari mentioned it as Automation 3.0, but I believe this phase of this new automation wave that is getting triggered, especially with the, looking at the concept more like autonomous augmented workers, is fundamentally going to make some ripple effects in the automation industry itself. We believe we are one of the strong players in that space,
Yeah.
bringing in some innovative solutions. So I'm looking forward to meet most of you for the formal launch if you can, or feel free to reach out to us. Happy to talk more about it. Thank you, Hari.
Thanks, Joel, and thanks everyone for joining us today morning. And keep in touch. Thank you.